This storm is it's right now a Category 4 hurricane. I mean, this is a monster in the Atlantic, really, and it's expected to make landfall to affect Newfoundland as early as this weekend. So Sunday morning is what all the models are suggesting. But there's right now disagreement as to where it's going to be making landfall. So this is a story we're following very diligently because it will be affecting us here at home. And here it is now, and winds are sustained at 230 km. Thank you. All right, thanks so much for joining us here at the Weather Network. My name is Kasia Bodurka. That was Force of Nature. And you know, if the special weather statement that I just received comes to play out, to materialize, then we could be making the next episode of Force of Nature. What I'm talking about is a potential for cold core funnel clouds. Environment Canada just issued a special weather statement for the Uxbridge area as well as Newmarket. We could be seeing some cold core funnel clouds, which aren't very dangerous because of the upper level feature that we have going on right now. And that upper level feature, too, is causing some showers. So this evening, expecting temperatures to fall to about 15 degrees for you in the city of Toronto. And some showers as well. But I mean, look how active it is to the east and to the north of us. I mean, plenty of rain showers there. This is the low that has been affecting us for what seems to have been just days, but still an upper level low impacting us in southern Ontario. Here's how it's all playing out the next 24 to 48 hours. Your low pressure system making its way to the north. But in behind that, we do have another trough redeveloping, and that spells rain for us yet again. Late day on your Friday into your Saturday as well, I'm afraid, with some winds, right? I am not complaining about these temperatures because it's about to get chillier for the weekend, I'm afraid. So Friday, temperatures at about 17 degrees. We do have a risk of those showers through the afternoon as well, but Hamilton, you should be protected by the escarpment there. 10 degrees for you in Hamilton on your Saturday. 11 is your daytime high in the city of Toronto with some light showers, and that should be especially for the morning hours, and it should be clear by around noon at this point. That's what the models are suggesting. Sunday, even cooler at 8. 8 is going to be our high for much of southern Ontario, as you can see, but much more settled, a mix of sun and clouds. How about that long range of yours, right? Into next week, we do have a little bit of activity as well, and temperatures right around where they should be at 11, 12 degrees. So that I'm afraid is seasonal. We are getting later into the year. Friday, again, just to reiterate, we do have a 40% chance of precipitation for tomorrow. It's not going to be an all-day rain, just a little on the gloomy side here and there. All right, we need you to stay with us because a damp, gloomy kind of morning. The fog advisories, they dropped around 10 a.m. and then we actually got to see the sunshine, which was just glorious. However, we're still dealing with some rain showers. Kasia Bodurka with you here with a look at what's happening across southern Ontario. It's a little bit more quiet, but we are seeing some isolated showers, pop-up showers, and this is all related to an upper level low and behind that primary system that's been affecting us for a long time. But this area, I also wanted to mention that Environment Canada just issued a special weather statement for places like Vaughan, Uxbridge, Newmarket. You do have a chance of seeing some cold core funnel clouds because of this upper level low that's in the region. So obviously they're not as dangerous as, let's say, regular tornadoes, but they can be somewhat dangerous. So just a heads up, we're communicating that message essentially, but it's a slight risk. Meanwhile, we could be picking up less than 10 millimeters of rain throughout southern Ontario. To the north, though, heavier amounts, 10 to 25 millimeters of rain. Now, for tomorrow, still a chance of those showers, more so north of the GTA, and then late day, we'll be seeing another trough of instability move through the area. We'll see the winds pick up, and we're talking about sustained winds of about 40 km, so it's going to be a windy one, that's for sure. Saturday, still some scattered showers. Best chance of seeing those showers, though, is in the morning. And I of course, I know this because we've been obviously talking about it with the meteorologists. We're looking at all the models. But I'm also going to a wedding on Saturday, and I'm very concerned about the outdoor pictures. So I'm told that it's more so into the afternoon. It will be a little bit more settled, so sun and clouds in the afternoon. A chance of some drizzle still. Sunday, a little bit cooler, cool and fair conditions. We've got a daytime high of about 8 degrees that day, so much cooler than it has been. Now I'm going to show you where Hurricane Gonzalo is sitting 2,000 kilometers away from us, but it will be affecting us. Here's Jacqueline Whittall with how wind can create damage.
Catastrophic damage.
Great graphics, but you saw the strength of that. Well, Hurricane Gonzalo is a Cat 4 hurricane right now, expected to affect us in the east by your Sunday. More on this coming up. Hi to you. Thanks so much for joining us this Thursday afternoon. Kasia Bodurka with you here with a look at what's to come for this evening. Temperatures falling to about 15 degrees, between 13 and 15 for us in southern Ontario, and still some rainy conditions, so hanging onto your umbrellas. But then through the overnight, clearing out a little bit, still some cloudy conditions. We've got temperatures at about 20, so 12, I should say. Now, we're not expecting any frost, but frost certainly does affect helicopters. Here's Rachel with that. Yeah, we've been pretty lucky. We haven't had too much frost, though it seems like my luck every time I'm live in the mornings, I get those frosty days. All right, taking a look at what's to come. Not expecting frost on your Friday morning as well. It's actually going to be even more mild. We've got breezy conditions, though. We're going to notice those winds really picking up into the afternoon. Sustained winds over 20 km, gusts over 40. So yeah, you will feel. You'll call it a windy day, that's for sure. On your Saturday, it's going to be cooler and behind that system. We do still have some lingering showers, mostly for your morning hours, so that's good news. I'm going to a wedding on Saturday, so everybody's crossing their fingers and looking at me to control the weather. But we're not expecting the scattered showers anymore into the afternoon, so that's good news. But temperatures around 11 to 13 degrees on that day, Sunday even cooler. But for, well, there you go. There's your Saturday, 11 degrees, a mix of sun and clouds with those rainy showers in the morning. And here you have it. Kasia Bodurka with you here with a look at what to expect into the evening hours on this Thursday. Now, temperature is falling to about 15. It was a nice and mild day, but the showers, there's a possibility that they're going to be picking up again. It's a 40% risk of seeing those showers, and then that risk diminishes to about 30 through the overnight, and then we just have a little bit of cloud cover. But then another chance of showers returns for tomorrow. Yeah, it's just this upper level feature that we have going on and behind that system that has been affecting us for what seems like days already, right? But this is nothing compared to what our friends to the north, to the Nickel Belt, and to the east are going to be picking up in terms of rainfall. For us, less than 10 millimeters of rain, and this is through your Saturday morning. So still a trough moving throughout the day. On your Friday, you'll see those winds pick up. I'll show you that in a second. And you're going to get those rain showers as well. So Friday afternoon, a chance of those showers. Temperatures, again, nice and mild at 17. We're not looking at heavy, steady showers, though, so that's good news. Just, not too far from us in Hamilton, we've got a mix of sun and cloud, more clouds than sun, and temperatures at 16 in Hamilton, 16 in Brantford. But I mentioned the winds. So sustained winds over 25 km, and that's around the threshold where you will say, yeah, it's a windy day. But then gusts even higher than that. So gusts closer to 40, 45 kilometers an hour throughout the afternoon tomorrow. So just a heads up for that. It's going to be a southerly flow, and that's why we've got warmer temperatures on tap. So there's your silver lining, right? Okay, so into the weekend. So everybody's working for the weekend. Well, I'm going to a wedding on Saturday, so I've been really watching Saturday's forecast. You're seeing a little rainy icon. The better chance of seeing the rain showers, light rain showers, would be for the morning for the morning hours. So between 7 and noon, but then afternoon we should be okay. But temperature is certainly a little bit cooler than they have been, right? Daytime high of about 11 on your Saturday. On your Sunday, even cooler at 8 degrees, but it's going to be a fair day and a little bit more settled. Hurricane Gonzalo. Here are satellite images, this taken by NASA the other day. This, by the way, is the strongest, the biggest storm in the Atlantic since 2010 with Hurricane Igor. This is a big deal, about 2,000 kilometers away from us, but it is expected to affect the East Coast this weekend. So we're putting in many resources. We're sending out Chris Sinclair, who's going to be in Newfoundland over the weekend. Suzanne Leonard, she's going to be here anchoring over the weekend. She doesn't get a weekend off. Hurricane Gonzalo, now a Category 4 hurricane. Winds are sustained at about 230 km. And here is your cone of uncertainty. So different models are suggesting different placements or where it's going to be making landfall come the weekend. So it all depends on where it hits over the weekend. But the Avalon could be hit with a lot of rain and very strong winds. More on this coming up. .com. And brats fighting over your flowers. All right, no frost advisories to talk about, so can't use that segue when it comes to your flowers. How about the rain? Yeah, the rain is falling north of the city as well as to the southwest. We do have an upper level low, so there is a potential that we could get this isolated shower in the city of Toronto, but have a look at how active it is to the east and to the north of us. Heavier rain, and of course we already had our turn, haven't we? Still could pick up less than 10 millimeters of rain over the next 24 to 48 hours. By Saturday morning, less than 10 mils. All right, I believe we are going to Halifax, Dartmouth. Look at those cloudy conditions, but that really is for Albertans, but you know, cooler than it has been. So have a look at what happened on your Wednesday. The national hotspot actually was in St. Anisette, and I hope I'm not butchering that name. Luckily, you're seeing this in the city of Toronto in southern Ontario. Toronto was at 19 yesterday, and tomorrow temperature is on the rise, even more mild, 24.9 it was yesterday in the city of Halifax. Not bad. All right, so here is a look at your Friday across the country if you're planning on doing any traveling. City of Toronto at 17, Edmonton at 13 for our friends out in Calgary, and the same thing goes for our friends in Vancouver, where it continues to be active system after system there. But speaking of systems, we'll be talking about Hurricane Gonzalo and how that's going to be impacting our friends at the east. But Friday, I mean, it's going to be a relatively nice day at 18 degrees for our friends in Halifax, 15 in St. John. All right. All right, you saw the strong winds there, and around the world in 60 seconds, we will be dealing with some windy conditions tomorrow. Kasia Bodurka with you here with a look at what's happening across the region this evening. Still a relatively moisture-laden low over eastern regions of the province and northern regions of the province. So they're still getting hit hard with the rain showers, still an additional 20 to 40 millimeters of rain to the nickel belt. But for us, we should be fine. Anywhere north of the GTA, though, we could be seeing some showers into the evening, and it could spill as far south as the downtown core, but it's a 40% risk of seeing the precipitation. But what I wanted to show you is this next trough in behind that system, and that's going to be giving us some isolated showers in the morning hours on your Saturday, and it just seems like this low pressure system has been upon us for a really long time, but you can thank it for boosting up our temperatures quite nicely. I'm not complaining about that. Are you? I'll hear about it on Twitter. I'm at KasiaTWN. Meanwhile, the heavier rain to the north, like I mentioned, and then for us, we're talking about just a trace, really less than 10 millimeters of rain over the next 48 hours, with the next 3 days looking like this. So yeah, some sun and rain in your icons, because it's not going to be an all-day wash. It wasn't that cool, really. And we're, of course, talking about along the Trans-Canada. We're talking about the most populated cities. So have a look at what happened on Wednesday. 24.9 degrees in Halifax. How nice. The hot spot being St. Anisette at 26.9. Calgary only at 9. How about for us on Friday, 17? More on this coming up. All right, that was Force of Nature. Now this is quite the force. Environment Canada has just issued a weather advisory for Uxbridge, Beaverton, Newmarket, as well as Vaughan and Richmond Hill for the fact that conditions are favorable for the development of funnel clouds, which aren't as damaging as tornadoes, as traditional tornadoes, but they certainly can be dangerous. So keeping your eyes to the sky, and it's all because of this upper level feature that we have going on, and it's bringing us still a chance of some showers into this evening. Kasia Bodurka with you here with a look at your forecast. 15 for the city of Toronto into the evening hours, and then 13, 14 degrees for everybody else, 14 in the city of Oshawa. But in terms of your precipitation, here's what we're expecting. So this low pressure system in behind it, still some instability. That's what's affecting us through the evening hours, expecting the precipitation to the north of the GTA, and then this low makes its way further north, but we're not done yet. We have another trough building in behind it. That's going to be bringing us some scattered showers into your Saturday morning, into the weekend as well. We're on the gloomy side, but eventually, you know, the skies parted a little bit. I saw some sunshine today, and I was liking it, even though we did have those fog advisories earlier on, pretty vast, covering much of the region. So your Friday, still expecting those showers, and it's going to be a gusty one. By the way, it's not an all-day washout. It's a 40% chance of precipitation. May not last all day. You could just get an isolated shower here or there. Saturday, that's when your temperature story changes. We have got only 11 degrees as your daytime high, and I know that's going to sound cooler for you, but that's actually closer to seasonal. It's been some time, right? Still a chance of some showers. You'll see the rainy icon, but you'll also see sunshine, so that's good news. And the sunshine's going to happen into the afternoon. So if you're going to a wedding like I am, you will have the sunshine into the afternoon, right on time for the photos. Fingers crossed, right? So your Sunday temperatures are falling to even cooler values. We'll be at 8. That's your daytime high on your Saturday, in behind that low pressure system. But finally, nice and settled, really. Plenty of sunshine in the forecast for your Sunday. So what about the rest of the week, right? We begin with on an active note, really, Monday into your Tuesday. But really, again, it's a 40% risk of precipitation and temperatures right around where they should be. That was Force of Nature, and now it's time for your forecast. Kasia Bodurka with you here on this Thursday, October the 16th. Temperatures still slightly above seasonal into the evening hours. I say this with a big smile on my face because that's about to change, but we do have a risk of those showers still to continue into the evening, should subside through the overnight, and then another round of showers could be upon us with another trough of instability moving through the region. But a daytime high of 17, again, no complaints. It's well above seasonal. Seasonal now, by the way, is closer to 11 or 12 degrees. Okay, so not picking up a whole lot of rain, really, less than 10 millimeters over the next 24 to 48 hours. To the north, though, heavier amounts closer to the center of the low, and basically that low pressure system that's been over us for days now, well, it's just traveling to the north, and that's what we can thank, though, for the more mild temperatures, which are about to go away into the weekend. All right, so your Friday across the country, if anybody plans on doing some traveling, by the way, there's Hurricane Gonzalo, rather. It's a Cat 4 hurricane. Right now, it's packing winds over 200 kilometers an hour. And now here's Jacqueline Whitall with winds and wind damage. And it could be catastrophic damage that people sustain in Bermuda, because this hurricane now spinning out in the Atlantic is expected to make landfall, direct landfall, Bermuda on Friday as a Category 3 hurricane. So this is actually one of the strongest hurricanes in the Atlantic since 2010 with Hurricane Igor. Meanwhile, here's your cone of uncertainty. So based on current models, there's two real possibilities here. This hurricane could affect to the west of the Avalon, or it could hit directly the Avalon. If it does hit directly to St. John's, the Avalon region, it could just be a rainfall story, but anywhere to the west of that, it could be potentially catastrophic because of really strong winds. Meanwhile, for us here at home, Saturday is going to be, well, far more settled, that's for sure, but we still do have a chance of some passing showers in the morning. The afternoon shouldn't be too bad with temperatures around 11 degrees. Sunday a little bit cooler, but nice and fair.